Hello boys and girls. This week I'm going to teach you guys how to look and feel like a superhero.
Alright, let's get started on our cape. So you only need two things to do this. You need scissors and an old t-shirt. Make sure it's okay with your parents that you're cutting up your old clothes though. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to remove our sleeves. So we're going to make a cut down on this side and a cut on this side of the seam. So we're going to cut the inside like that. There's one sleeve. Flip it this way. If you have a fabric scissors, that would work really well for this. Otherwise, just use whatever you have. This is just a regular scissors, but it's working pretty good for me because it's new. Alright, so now that our sleeves are removed, what we're going to do is we're going to cut the top part here. So we need to keep the collar because that's what's going to go around our necks this way and hold it on our back. So we're going to cut around the collar, like right around here, and then the seam towards the sleeve, and we're going to remove the back. Okay, so let's just start up top here. So I'm cutting from where our sleeve was towards the collar. And if you do accidentally cut it, that's okay. You can still tie it together and make it work, but it works better if you don't cut it. So now I'm going to go around, the collar here, okay? Alright, and I made it to the other side, so I'm going to cut down towards the sleeve here, or where the sleeve was. Okay, so now it should look like this, and then you kind of have this hanging on the back here. So what we're going to do now is we'll cut off the back by just cutting straight down on each side, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut our cape shape. So first separate the front from the back. This part can be a little bit sloppy because you're going to be trimming it off anyways once you cut out the shape of your cape. So it doesn't need to be perfect. Mine certainly is not. Okay, now we're going to cut the other side from like the armpit down. This is where the sleeve was again. All right, so let's do this other side. Okay, so this is the back of my shirt. I don't need this anymore. You can use this to make a mask, and I'm going to put a link up to a web page where there's no-sew masks. Instead of the eye mask we usually do when we're superheroes, we're going to do face masks. I don't have enough time in this video to show you how to do that, but I will put that link below this, and it's very easy to follow. So check that out if you want to make a face mask too. You could just use it with this leftover t-shirt. Okay, so here I have the front of my shirt, but you can see it looks a little boxy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to shape it off so it looks a little bit more like a cape. So I'm going to fold it in half so I can try to make it even. And then I'm going to round off up here and on the bottom. I think I will start, I'll start up here. This part you might want to take a little bit slower since you're not going to be trimming anymore from this. Not that it needs to be perfect, but it's best to take your time on this part. Okay, so I got that part rounded off. And now I'm just going to kind of bring it straight down towards the bottom, and then once I reach the bottom, I'm going to round off that part too. You can leave the bottom like rough edges like that if you want, but mine are really sloppy, so I'm going to redo them. And I'm finding here that if you kind of pull the fabric out, it makes it easier to cut. Like I'm holding it down on this side and pulling on this side, and that makes the cut a little bit cleaner. Almost to the bottom. Okay, and then I'm just going to round this part off a little bit. I didn't round that part as much as I wanted to, but I think it looks okay. So now we have the front of our shirt transformed into a cape. In order to wear it, you just put it on like so. And now you are a superhero. Now that we've finished our awesome superhero cape and we're looking like a superhero, it is time to start feeling like a superhero. And in order to do that, we need to take care of ourselves first. Superheroes spend a lot of their time helping others and saving the world, but they cannot do that if they don't take care of themselves first. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a superhero themed habit tracker and mood tracker. Let's get started. For our habit tracker and mood tracker, we're going to need a sheet of paper. I used a notebook. You can use a sketchbook or just a sheet of printer paper. Some colors of your favorite superhero. I'm doing Captain Marvel. I think she's awesome, so I'm going to do that theme, a pen or pencil, and then a straight edge. I don't have a ruler, so I'm just going to use this book. We're going to start by writing the first letter of the days of the week across the top. I start with Monday. You can start with Sunday if you want. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use our straight edge to draw a line between each of them, and then this way across, because this way is where we're going to put what our habits are. So I'll do that, and then I'll show you a picture, or I'll show you a video of it, and then you guys can catch up. So here's what our habit tracker looks like so far. I have the dates across the top for this week, and then over here I have my habits. So the habits I picked are yoga, go for a run, read, journal, and draw. So the first two focus on physical health, and then the next two I say focus a little bit more on mental health, and the last one I feel like is just good to be creative. I like drawing. That's something fun for me, so I want to encourage myself to do that every day or as much as possible. So go ahead and pick out what you want your habits to be. Once you've finished your habit tracker goals right here, we can move on down to our mood tracker. So since my theme is Captain Marvel, I'm doing her star symbol, and I'm going to divide it up into at least 7, one for each day of the week, 7 compartments. So I'm going to end up with 8 here actually. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So pick a symbol, or even, I'll post a link beneath this with a bunch of other ideas of what people have done for their journals, and someone did like Spider-Man's face, and then you color in from his face and work your way out for a whole month. So take a look at that to get inspired, and go through Pinterest or something like that to get some ideas. So now we have to number our design so it matches our days of the week up here. So Monday is the 18th, 19th, 20th. So just go around in the circle like that, or if you want to go a different way or you have a different pattern, that's totally fine. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Really, whatever makes sense for you. And now underneath this here, we're going to write down some different moods. Feel free to customize or personalize yours if there's certain moods you know you feel more than others. I'll show you the ones I write in just a second. Okay, so some of the moods I picked were anxious, worried, okay, meh, happy, excited, frustrated, down, sad, drained, calm, and relaxed. So there are so many emotions and moods out there. Feel free to just Google it and get a list and pick out the ones that you know you feel regularly, or ones that you like. If you prefer different words, that's totally fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give each of these their own color. So that way, today if I'm feeling drained, if I write this as green, then I need to color that spot as green. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to decorate our page to make it more superhero themed. Okay, so I assigned my moods colors on the bottom here. I also colored and decorated the rest of my page. I tried some different fonts. I added some quotes from Captain Marvel. So at the end of each day this week, I want you guys to reflect on your mood. Then you color in the corresponding part of whatever your mood tracker is. And then make sure you're tracking your habits. Like I counted this as drawing, so I've already finished one of my habits for the day. And don't get discouraged if you're not finishing them every single day. This is just a tracker to see how you're doing for your habits. And then if you realize that, oh, maybe I'm not reading as much as I would like to, then you make an effort next week to try to read a little more. Well, I hope you guys had a super time creating your habit and mood tracker with me. Feel free to do this every single week. You can use the themes that we use for Boys and Girls Club, or you can come up with your own. Like Disney or animals or seasons, whatever it might be. If you end up making one of these, please send a picture to the Boys and Girls Club email. I would love to see what you guys are working on. I miss you all so much. Oh, and I have a couple of updates for you. I've hung my pinecone bird feeder in this bush here in front of my window, and there aren't any birds right now, but there have been quite a few that have been picking away at it. And one more thing I'd like to share with you guys. One of our carrots have sprouted from our video, from my video a couple weeks ago about how to plant something inside. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you next week in Health and Life.